Hey, everybody. Thank you so much for joining us today on the Wine and Paint podcast. Today, we have one of my good friends, longtime friends, Beatrice. She
Yeah.
is another fabulous mother, and she's here to talk about confidence, fashion, and mental health. So, please tell us about yourself.
Yes. Hi, everybody. My name is Beatrice. On Instagram, I'm MoneybagsB, and on YouTube, I'm Miss B. And like she said, I'm a mother. I'm fabulous.
Yes.
I'm a plus size queen, and I just love everything fashion and beauty. I believe in like uplifting women. That's just how I am, and yeah, I'm a happy person regardless.
Yes. Yes, she is. She definitely is. This is my last week's guest, best friend, and they
Yeah.
just radiate, like I said, love and just positivity. Like they're awesome. So yes, I
Yeah.
love both of them. So thank you again
Thank
for
you. I love
being
you
here.
too.
Oh, you're welcome. Yes. All right. So let's get into it. And
Yes.
actually, do you have anything to create with us today? I'm just using my watercolor markers.
Okay, yes. So I'm going to draw. I have a marker, pen,
Okay.
pencil, and some colors. I think I'm gonna do something. I'm into this whole blossoming thing. I want to
Yes.
blossom, so I want to do something like
Okay. Sounds
that.
good. Well, I can't wait to see it.
I can't wait to show you. I hope it's good. I mean, you're gonna have a masterpiece, but I'm gonna be all
It'll be good.
right.
So, in your own words, please describe confidence for us.
Confidence is being a boss. It's radiating energy that you don't have to. I'm so sorry for the noise.
It's
Radiating
okay.
energy that you don't have to ask for permission for.
Hmm.
Um, I know confidence is not necessarily beauty, it's not necessarily fashion, but it's
Hmm.
like being okay with yourself, accepting yourself
Hmm.
as who you are, and knowing
Yeah.
like when I walk into this room, I'm fine with showing up as I am. Sorry, yeah, I'm a boy mom. So it gets a little wild in here. But yes, and so that is confidence. Confidence is just being able to step into a room. And even if you are wearing a trash bag, people are attracted to your energy and
Hmm.
because you just radiate like not necessarily being nonchalant, but you're just like, I'm not here for anyone but me. I'm showing up for me. That is confidence.
Yeah. Mm. Okay, I totally agree. And I love how you said it's a mindset and it's about not asking for permission to be who you are. Like, I have been trying to break out of that a lot lately because I just noticed, like, okay, who am I? Who do I have to ask? Like, I don't have to ask my parents anymore or whoever, these friends I used to have, or these different situations I used to be in. It's not up for them to decide. I have all the space to be who I want to be. So then if you're not doing that, you got to ask yourself, well, what's stopping me? What's that inner block that's going on?
Exactly.
Why don't I have that? Yeah, so I like that how you said don't have to ask for permission. That's a really good point.
Not at
Definitely.
all. And I know a lot of people struggle with it because I myself have struggled with it as well. Even as an adult, even now, there's
Mhm.
days where I don't feel like I'm showing up as myself, where I just don't feel the best, especially being a mom and going through
Mhm.
postpartum, stuff like that. So you
Yeah.
just have to literally tell yourself, like, nah, I'm it. That's me. Everything is
Right.
me. Literally.
You're right. Even when you don't feel like it,
Hmm.
because definitely I have those inner thoughts as well. Like, okay, well, imposter syndrome. I'm pretty sure you've heard of that. Like,
Yes.
yeah, I am definitely battling that day by day, especially with the new position that I have. I'm just like, am I qualified to do this? Like, can I do these things? And it's things we've been doing for years, like planning
Hmm.
events and all that stuff. Like, we've been doing those things for years. And I'm just like, can I do it? Like, of course you can.
You
But you got to
absolutely
keep
can.
telling yourself
Hmm.
that it's possible. So, Yeah, definitely. So, how would you describe the relationship between mental health and confidence?
Oh, yeah, they go neck and neck.
Oh, yeah.
Especially if we use today's society and how they accept people.
Mm-hmm.
Um, I would say I know a lot of, especially women, go through image problems. They will need to fix this, they need to do that.
Mm-hmm.
Just not being able to accept themselves, and that all falls into a mental thing. It falls into imposter syndrome. It falls into an identity crisis, just
Yes.
because you're having such a hard time accepting who you are. I
Mm-hmm.
know back in 20, what was that? I think 2019,
Mm.
I had gone through this really big weight loss, and I had at the time lost 50 pounds. I didn't gain it all back, but I'm so fabulous. I had lost like
Yes.
52 pounds and I couldn't tell, like body dysmorphia. I
Mm.
couldn't tell. I still felt like I looked the same,
Right.
until I saw a picture wearing the same dress
Mm-hmm.
side by side with a picture that I had taken, I think 4 or 5 months prior. And I'm
Mm-hmm.
like, that's actually a drastic change. But seeing myself mentally, I'm like,
Mm-hmm.
no, I look the same. I'm not seeing any change. I mean,
Right.
I'm enjoying the lifestyle change of it, but I don't know. Like, I can't tell I lost any weight
Mm-hmm.
versus like when I saw the picture side by side. So I'm like, you know, we really don't realize how much like our body image goes into our mental health with today's society, because we're trying to keep up with something that we don't necessarily have business keeping up with.
Right.
That's why I say, like, you have to actually focus on yourself. You have to just come as you are and accept yourself as you are, because there's so many other people that don't see you how you see yourself.
Mm-hmm.
we
Definitely.
we beat ourselves up and we don't realize, like, we think we're not good at something, just like you said, but
Mm-hmm.
just like how you got that position, the person that hired you, they saw so much in you.
Right.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So it's like, I know that confidence and mental health are like, they're like fighting. They're like
Yeah.
a battle with each other, but you
Mm-hmm.
literally have to take time to put your mental health first and
Right.
just deal with it. I have anxiety. I deal with a lot of anxiety. So I know
Mm-hmm.
with my mental health, I have to take deep breaths and
Mm-hmm.
just take things one at a time. Like, I'm a solution based person.
Mm-hmm.
So you can't just dwell in what's going on. I'm not one of those people that wants a pity party. I just want to make it happen. So if I don't
Yeah.
like the way something is, I'm going to fix it and make it happen.
That's really good. That's
Yeah.
an awesome attitude to have. Like,
Yes.
it's interesting that you mentioned in 2019 what you went through. I think it's very funny that a lot of my female friends went through a lot of life changes at that time.
Mm-hmm.
And it was a lot to do with body image and confidence and just different hospital visits, accidents, like you said,
Yep.
postpartum. Like, there was a lot going on. So I really wonder what was going through the air in 2019 for all of us.
I do
But
too.
it's just a lot to, take in and bounce back from. But you're right. Like, you have to be able to see those things in yourself and just take it one step at a time, because
Yes.
I am just getting to the point where I'm like, okay, well, I don't want to be sad anymore. I used to think I had to just, like you said, wallow in it and have a pity
Yeah.
party and think, oh, I can't move on. Like, I was really upset with myself for a long time about the way I looked. Like, I lost 100 pounds plus when I went to ODU, and I gained it all back within 3 months for like 2 hospital visits. And I'm like, dang, I'm
Wow.
still like so upset. So, but
Mm-hmm.
I just came to a realization, like, it's not gonna move until I'm like, okay, this is okay. This is where I'm at. And
Honestly,
yeah, so
honestly, and to actually piggyback off of that, um, in regards to body image, you see all these women and how the BBL epidemic is going on.
Yeah.
You know, a lot of those women are still not confident and comfortable with themselves.
Yeah.
So like, I don't know. I'm a spiritual person, you know, I'm like believe in God and stuff. And I know, just like you said, when you lost 100 pounds and then you gained it all back, God wasn't ready for you to do that. You were ready for you to do that, but he wasn't ready for you to do that, because he's like, you have to have it all together in order to enjoy this image.
Yeah.
Sir, you're making me open something. I'm sorry. Hold on.
Oh, you're fine. Yeah.
You.
But that is so true. Like I definitely came to that conclusion myself the other day. Like, you know, I had to go back and get my mindset, fix my mindset as well, because at that point I was still self-conscious. I didn't have a lot of confidence. I was walking around with my head held down. I was trying to do a million things that other people had told me I was supposed to be doing. I was upset because I couldn't get my transcripts from OU. So it's just like a lot of things going on. So I really wasn't even, like you said, just present for that.
Yeah.
So I had to go back and figure out me. So it'll be better this time, because I actually love and appreciate me. So
see, when you accept yourself full and wholeheartedly, you're gonna see how everything balances out for you.
Definitely. I totally agree. So how would you describe your personal style? Like, I've always seen, like you said, you know, full figured woman, beautiful. Yes. I love it. Like, ever since I met you at the teen center, I'm like, okay, she gives me hope. Like, she looks amazing. Like,
thank you.
You're welcome. You're welcome. I'm being so real right now.
Just to look, my fashion, like my style, I would say I really don't have like a description for it. I do what I want to do. Yeah. So like I take from different, like I'm inspired by a lot. So like, you know, and it also goes with my mood. And sometimes it doesn't go with my mood. It's just if that's what I wanted to wear, that's what I'm gonna wear. Right. But it's, you know, streetwear. That's like a big thing, because I love graphic tees. Girly, it could be girly. But I didn't get into being a girly girl for real until I was in like 11th, 12th grade.
Oh, okay.
Sorry.
It's okay.
But yeah, I didn't come into my like girliness with my fashion until like 11th, 12th grade. And then college, I went full throttle because I saw that they started actually making fashionable, cute clothes for plus size women. It wasn't just like oversized, ill-fitting, and floral print. Yeah. It was, you know, more. So I would say it's like street style, girly girl. I'm not necessarily aesthetic, but I love monochromatic looks. So like if it's all black, everybody loves all black. Yeah. If it's all burgundy, all red, like that's, I just dibble and dabble everywhere with it. Right. Yeah, you always look like you're having fun and you're comfortable with whatever you're wearing. So that's awesome. Yes, indeed. You're welcome. So I know you touched on this a little bit. So do you think your style is a reflection of your mental health? You said sometimes, or sometimes it is. So if I'm in like a little grungy mood, it's gloomy outside, maybe raining really affects me. Okay. That I'm not into that at all. Or cold weather. Then I'll dress a little more, I guess, emo. Okay. That's cool. I'll dress a little more emo and All right. So in what ways do you think modern fashion affects mental health? Do you think it really plays a part on anything? I do. I do. Okay, so like I can only speak from being a plus size woman my whole life. So like crop tops, they're like huge in modern fashion. And they were also big, you know, back in the day, our parents' time, they were doing stuff like that. Right. And so I know, you know, a lot of people are not comfortable, even as mothers, just stretch marks and, things like that. People are not comfortable wearing crop tops. So I know that it does play a huge part
Mhm.
in mental health, because people don't see, just like I said, you might see somebody like you actually look awesome in that.
Right.
And they're like, no, I'm not comfortable at all. So I know, yes, modern day fashion does play a big part in mental health.
Yeah, definitely. I think it puts a limit sometimes on what people think they can do and can't.
Absolutely.
And sometimes, I don't know if you're familiar with this word, but code switching. Have you?
Yes.
Yeah, that's a big thing. Like, I think that, people, well, as you said, I can only speak from me being Black and a plus
Yeah.
size woman. Like, just different spaces you go to, you're not supposed to wear certain things, or you got to wear it like this here, or if you're not wearing your hair a certain way, you're not professional or
Yep.
whatever. So how do you deal with things like that? It used to really get to me, but now, like you said, I really don't care.
Yes. So I also really don't care. But I completely understand with code switching. Of course, I work, I have to dress a certain way. It's business
Mhm.
casual.
Yeah.
Um, but like when it comes to like going to certain events, and I really don't care how people feel how I dress, unless it's like a family, older people, they're a little
Mhm.
more modest. So I would have to dress a little more modest. Boo. But like, just doing my own thing. No, I don't. I do as I please.
Yeah.
Um, just because I'm not here to make you comfortable. In fact, if I make you uncomfortable, I think I did a good job.
Yes.
So yeah, I'm gonna wear the shorts. I will wear the crop top. Uh, and of course I wear it where it's tasteful. Everything I feel like I
Mhm.
do is tasteful. If it's not tasteful, then I'm not doing it. So
Right.
yeah.
Definitely. Okay. Cool. So I personally have the hardest time finding clothes. So
Mhm.
much so that it's like I don't even want to do this sometimes. Have you ever felt that way? And how did you just push past that and it's like, what, I'm gonna find things that I actually like and I'm not going to just wear the flowers or whatever that's presented.
Yes, absolutely. Um, in recent years, I would say no.
Hmm.
I feel like I've found tons of things that I can make work for me.
Hmm.
But I would say prior to like 2015, there
Hmm.
was nothing that I felt like I feel like I was doing the most to try to find something. Like I having to go to thrift stores and making it my own,
Right.
because they didn't make cute ripped jeans for plus size women. They didn't make cute denim shorts for plus size women. So I'm having to go and do a lot of reconstructing uh,
Right.
of outfits and cutting up graphic t-shirts and all
Hmm.
of that, making my own crop tops. Like I had to do whatever I needed to do,
Yeah.
modify a tank top or something. So yeah, prior to 2015, I did have that problem where it was like I felt like, nowhere accepted me. They didn't want to make clothes for me and they wanted me to wear stuff that I wasn't comfortable in at all. Like
Right.
I honestly couldn't go outside looking like that.
Yeah.
We're gonna make it. It's something we gotta make something shake. We gotta do something.
Yes.
So yes, no, I definitely struggled with that from like 2011 when I started really doing what I wanted to do with clothes. I'm leaving my parents' house, going to college,
Right.
and into the between 2011 and 2015, it was a hard time trying to find things that I thought I was comfortable in. Yeah.
Yeah. So, I mean, well, when you say you were deconstructing things and all that, did you ever find that, I guess, well, did you find it to be fun or like creative in any
Yes.
way? Okay, cool.
Yes. So I've always been into fashion, even though fashion wasn't into me. I've always been into fashion. So um I love creating clothes. One of my
Yeah.
dream jobs is like being a stylist. That's always
Oh,
been something that I always wanted to do, especially because I'm like, I don't know why they're making it so hard for me to find stuff. So I want to make it easy for somebody else to find something.
yeah.
So I
Okay.
feel like that, I was taking literally like dresses and cutting them in half, then turning it into a crop top, making it a mini skirt, cutting more off of it. Like I was doing the most because I just want to, there's a lot of things where people even, they're like, oh, I would never shop there. But when I'm wearing it, they're like, oh my gosh, where did you get that? And I tell them, they're like, oh, wow. Like I thought I would never shop there. Yeah, a lot of people think they can't do something, but if you are creative, you can make anything work.
Definitely. I agree with that. And I just came to the place where I just started thinking about myself as artwork. Like, you can change this if you don't like how it looks, or you want to put this on or whatever. Like, it's just wild to me where I'm like, oh, I can go out here and make walls look wonderful, but me, I'm like, nah, I can't do that. So it's just definitely like a shift in your mindset that has to happen before anything can look good on you. That's what I think.
Honestly and truly, affirmations are a big thing. If you continue to affirm yourself things, I don't know if you've seen that like video that's gone around on like Instagram, where it's the lady's asking Rihanna, about, I guess, like about her confidence or something, and she's like, she just fakes it, and then that's literally what you have to do. Once you start manifesting and affirming it, it's honestly going to happen. You're going to feel like that. You're gonna turn into that.
Definitely. Yeah, because either way, you're telling yourself what you want to be every day. Yes. So it might as well be something good. Definitely.
Yes.
I totally agree. So do you think that fashion has been seen as a sense of pride for people of color for years?
Yes, absolutely. And it's unfortunate that culture vultures take from us and think they make it their own, or I guess because the platforms that they do have, it looks like it's their own, but they took it from someone else. Like when it comes to, of course, hair, everybody knows about these, what are they calling it? They're cornrows, but people are calling them whatever they're calling them, something else.
I know what you're talking about.
Yes, and they're like taking it, and we've been doing that for years. It dates back into even before slavery, when people are, in their home villages, that's what they do. They do these cornrows in their hair. Like, so yes, it's, fashion for minorities has been a huge thing, and it's been always been amazing. And to the fact that fashion repeats itself. I learned that the hard way because I, at one point in time, had so many flannels when I was younger, and I tossed them out. I'm like, no, I don't need them anymore. Just for flannels to come back like 7 years later, And people are dressing, what is it like? They're wearing bell bottoms. People are doing the whole retro thing now, doing the 90s thing. Like, so, but that's because of us. We are fashion. So, they're trying to make it their own, but no, definitely.
I totally agree. Like, I hate to see, I don't hate it. I guess it's flattery kind of.
It is flattery.
But at the same time, it wasn't good enough until now you're like, oh, look at these giant hoop earrings and these other things that we're making. And it's just wild to me. Like, I just don't like it, but
exactly.
I guess what can we do but keep being fly and just hope that
that's all we can do.
Right, that they acknowledge us. But honestly, I don't really care to be acknowledged anymore. I guess I would just like someone to be like, thank you for that, but
hello,
I guess that may not happen. So
we may not need to hold our breath and wait for that.
Right. We'll see. We're talking about fashion being a sense of pride for people of color. Do you agree with that statement?
Absolutely. Because fashion comes from people of color. So I do believe it's a sense of pride for us, even though we don't get the credit that we are entitled to, the credit that we deserve. I do believe so, just because any big fashion statement has come from a person of color. It
Definitely.
never originated from someone else, those other people.
Yeah.
It definitely has come from a person of color. It may have been exploited by others, but it's
Hmm.
definitely, they got the inspiration from us. So
Right.
I definitely believe that it is a sense of pride for us. It allows us to be creative. Even when we don't realize we are being creative, we absolutely are, with our
Mhm.
fashion in regards to like color blocking and
Yeah.
mixing up prints and patterns. We do it the best because we originated it. So
Yeah.
absolutely.
I totally agree. And I agree that it's a sense of pride that comes with just being fly. Like I was saying before, my dad would always tell me, like, yeah, my family was huge. I might not have had a lot of money, but I always dressed up like I felt like money. So that made me feel better. So I never really understood why he would always be like, oh, when we go out, you got to know, like, it's always a fashion show, girl. It's always a fashion show.
Absolutely.
And I'm like, okay, like, we just going down the street. Like, he would never wear just jeans or whatever. He's always got to have the slacks and like some clean shoes,
I
chain
know
or
that's
whatever.
right.
Everything we go out, I'm like, we're just going to the store. Like,
I know
no,
that's
gotta be
right.
clean. Have to. It's like
No,
you never know who you run into. You never know what opportunity is gonna happen. You always say that. So
that's very true. You
yeah.
never know who you're going to run into, and you don't want it to be an instance
Mhm.
where you're not necessarily put together and
Right.
now you'd have missed out on something that could have been great.
Right. Oh,
Dad was a wise man. Wow.
definitely. I'm like, wow. I mean, now I'm listening. Hello.
Yeah, hello.
Definitely. So, all right. I know you said it, your fashion is just become a little more apparent and your style since you become a mom. I've always thought again that you've been just killing it. So
Me
yeah.
too.
So how long do you think that your style is ever evolving, or it's just this is what it is now? Like, yeah, of course it is, right?
Absolutely ever evolving. I
Yeah.
pick inspiration from so many different things. And by
Mhm.
inspiration, I don't even mean like, oh, I saw the way this person wore it, I can do it.
Yeah.
No, I mean like I saw that outfit and it probably made me think like I really like that color. I want to go
Right.
find maybe something like earrings in that color and then just build an outfit off of that. Like, so no, my style is definitely ever evolving. I pick from so many different things.
Mhm.
I recently started traveling. Like I did my first big international trip last year.
Ooh.
And so I'm like, I can only imagine with doing so much more travel, how many more countries and cultures that I'm
Mhm.
going to run into where I'm like, I absolutely love that. I want to incorporate that in my style as well.
Right.
But no, I'm sure it is ever evolving.
Yes, that's awesome. That's what I'm looking forward to as well. Just traveling more and just seeing different
Yeah.
things that I can put into my own style. Like I'm really big into, I love Thailand. I love like East Asian everything. Like I love
Yeah.
it. It's awesome. So
They have beautiful fashion.
yes,
They do.
yes, it's really cool. So I look forward to that. And you're right, like traveling, it just definitely opens up a whole nother level of your mind, like to see different people in different places. So that's
You feel
definitely a
so
good thing.
grounded when you travel. I know when I went to the
Mm,
Caribbean, I don't know, I feel like maybe because going there, you know that they didn't start there, like they
hmm.
started beyond there, but from Africa prior to slavery, but just going there, I felt really grounded. I felt like, wow, you
Yeah.
people really were brought here, just like in America, but it feels more different like when it's a different country because you
Hmm.
see how they live versus America, Black people aren't appreciated, but in other countries you see how they are appreciated because they are the dominant race. So yeah.
Yeah. Yeah. And that's just so interesting that you said that because that's what I was talking to Rob about the other day. Like, they will tell us it's so bad in other countries and, don't go there. It's not good. Like, they don't
Mhm.
like your kind and all this other stuff. But really, it's just all the hate here, honestly, and they don't want, I feel like they don't want you to go outside of this and, find out it might be a different lifestyle for you somewhere else. So just stay open. That's what I would say.
Definitely stay open. Other countries, those people, if you see them, they live so carefree. And a lot of them don't have jobs. Like they're just doing what they can to provide for themselves.
Yeah.
But they're so carefree and happy versus us that we do have jobs, we do have these opportunities, but we're working ourselves to death. We don't make time for things that we want to do because we need to work. Just like how gas is all of a sudden $100 to fill up a tank that used to be $30 to fill up the tank.
Right.
But we have to make the accommodations and make the money to be able to afford that versus them in other countries. They're happy to just eat bread that day, sit outside by the beach and drink some tea. Like that makes them happy.
Yep.
Yeah.
And that's a sense of peace that I feel like Americans we have to reach so hard for, because like all of this is just set up like to be in confusion at all times. Like I listened to 4 different interviews by different women this week, and they all talked about how their minds are constantly racing and stuff like that. Because just think about it, like we never have any downtime to just be. Like there's constantly things in your ear, the technology is blaring, it's going, you're on the computer, you're just here, it's a lot. It's a lot.
Yes.
So
we have to ask for permission to not go into work.
Right.
If I'm sick, I have to ask you for permission to stay home. That's crazy.
And that's what I was thinking the other day too. Like a part of my job is to help a 4-year-olds with art lessons and different classes and stuff like that. And I was like, this is ridiculous of me to ask him to sit down for this long or do whatever. Like, it doesn't make any sense. Like, I forgotten when I taught preschool, like these kids haven't changed. Like they need to run around.
Yeah.
One thing, like it's not natural, it's just not natural, the things that we ask of them and ourselves to do all day. That's what I think, but that's a different
people
story.
That are making these rules and policies, they don't have to experience them. So they're just doing things by the book. But life is based on experience. Even going through college, we do everything book by book. But like I went to HBCU and your teacher, like your professor will inform you that just because I taught you this doesn't mean that it's going to go like this in real life. You're going to have to experience real life things.
Yeah. And that's great. That's awesome that you were taught that there, because it's crazy that you have to go. Like I did not go to HBCU, and I was not told that at all. It was definitely like just figure out what you can, where you can. So definitely it's all about experiences. But I just have one more question for you, and then we can name each other's art pieces. And yes, thank you again so much for doing this. I really appreciate it.
This is fun.
Yes, I'm glad you enjoyed yourself. More to come for sure. Definitely. I've been talking to Rhoda about some stuff, so we should all make some more content for sure.
Perfect.
Yes. So what are a few tips you would suggest to others if they're having trouble finding confidence within themselves and their own sense of style?
I would say, first and foremost, learn to accept and love yourself. That's where it has to start at the root. So it starts within. And I know it sounds very cliche, but it has to start within. And then you can work your way out. So once you're accepting of yourself, you'll start seeing that the things that you used to try on that you didn't like, you're like, you know what, this does look good on me. This is very, it may fall in a different place than I expected, but it looks great on me.
Right.
So definitely start with that. Then affirm yourself. Like I said, that all plays a part in your mental health. Just affirming, because affirming will then turn into manifestation, and manifestation will then turn into reality. And then once that is done, you can be open-minded to things. I know people are
Mm,
closed-minded, I'm including myself,
me
but
too.
I know that just because I saw the way it looked, maybe on a hanger, that's not
Mhm.
necessarily how it's going to look when you put it on. So
Right.
be open-minded to try new things and, uh, just let things flow how they need to flow. Don't just say like, oh, this is not going to work out for me. You don't know.
Mhm.
Maybe it will. So,
Definitely. I agree. Just give yourself a chance. That would
yes.
be my number one thing to people if that's what they're trying
Yes.
to find, because that's what I'm trying to do now myself. Like, just try it. Like you said, just put it on. Maybe different, but might like it.
I'm telling you, you really might like it. Just be open-minded.
Yes, definitely. So, are you ready to hold up your piece? You got your piece?
Yeah.
Oh, I love it.
Thank you.
I'm gonna call it Sweet Blossoms.
Thank
You're
you.
welcome.
I want to call yours peace. That makes me so peaceful. Seeing that, it reminds me of water.
Thank you. Yes, I don't know what I've been on lately, like more abstract stuff, really like
I love it.
crazy. So
It's so pretty.
what you call it again?
Peace.
Peace. All right, peace. Okay, and then you're gonna have to send me a picture of Sweet Blossoms.
Okay, I will. Let me
Yes,
write it down for a
indeed.
minute.
Yes, write it down. Take a picture.
I will.
I love it. Well, thank you again so much, Beatrice. I hope you enjoy the rest of your day.
Thank you, you too. Thank you so much for having me. I told you I was shy, but I really thugged it out for you.
Yes, you did. I can't even, that's what I'm saying. I can't even tell. Rhoda said the same thing. I'm like, girl,
Really?
what, you? Like, it doesn't make any sense. You. Shy?
Yes. Yeah.
No. You guys could have fooled me. You did an amazing job. And thank you once again.
Thank you.
I'll talk to you soon. Bye
See you,
bye.
Halloween.